What's up, man? So check it out, dude. It's still Sunday. We got the evap problem. I believe it's fixed. I'm gonna have to give you an update video on that a little later. Now, we're still rolling with Mr. 420,000 miles, the 03 Hemi Ram. So we're gonna DIY the headlight because the passenger side headlight will not, dude. I mean, I've tried everything at this point to get it to stay on, and it works for a week and then it goes back off. So I have another solution, an alternative method that we're gonna use to where every time he turns the switch on, the light comes on. Plus, we gotta get it to pass inspection, and if the low beam headlights don't work, guess what? You're not gonna get inspection. So let's roll over here. We're jumping right into it. I got the passenger side headlight out. I took the air cleaner out, right? It's super simple. So with this, I have to leave the battery connected right now. Right, so here's the passenger side setup, blinker, headlight. Now I have replaced the ends before, that's why the wires are different, and I have connectors right there. So we're gonna run through taking the driver's side headlight out, which I have a video on that, but we're just gonna run through it, and then we're gonna get to the connectors, and I'll show you what we're gonna get into. I gotta have the power hooked up to the truck because I need to be able to turn the headlights on to see which wire is which so we can connect them the right way. So y'all just sit back and relax, enjoy the content, and here we go with another one. All right, so jumping right into it, man. You take out your little quick connect here, you just back your Phillips out, squeeze your end, it'll pop out of the hole. These here are 10 millimeter, I already got them backed out pretty much all the way, they're 10 millimeters. So you're gonna back these out. This is where, when they stole it, they broke it. Right, you're just gonna put them up there on your radiator somewhere out of the way. Once we get the headlight out, we'll put them back in. And then this is the only other one that's kind of tricky. It's up in here. See, and I got this bumper so tight, man. So tight that I can't even get in there. So that's an issue. All right, let me drop back and punt, hold on. So since the bumper's so tight and I gotta readjust here, we're gonna leave the headlight in, we're gonna drop back and punt, but I'll give you a quick shot. So the headlight bolts in right here, which is a 10 millimeter, here, and here, and that's it. And then that little clip right here, and it'll slide right out. So I do have a video on that. If you need to check it out, go back and look. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the tip them out. I'm gonna unplug the light from inside here, and I should be able to get the plug up here far enough to work on it. So let's do that. Here you go, son, hold that, big dog. All right, so your mounting bracket's a 1/2 inch. And I mean, it's a tight 1/2 inch, right? Hold the weight off of it, you should be able to spin it right out of there. Slide forward, right? Push it straight forward, and then it should come out of your little slide pins here, slide tabs. Now, we're gonna put our bolt back where it came from. And then we're gonna twist. Right, that little thing, right, that little gray piece, twist. And then wiggle your light until it comes out. And you do have to kind of work it out because your harness is there. Now with that, you see we can get that up far enough to where we can get to the connectors. I did replace this also. I replaced both of them, right? And you gotta unlock this. You gotta twist this to unlock it. So let's pull this up here. Let's get a little bit of slack here, right? I also gotta get my light before I cut that. Now this is how we're gonna go about it. Let me go grab my light and we're gonna get to cutting this. And then we'll turn the headlights on and find out which one's our power wire and everything else, and we'll go from there. So what we have here is we have blue, yellow, and black on the new plugs. So we got black going to green and white. We got yellow going to gray and black. And the blue is going to green and white again. So let's cut these. All right, we're gonna cut them off. I mean, I want wires, so we're gonna cut them as close as we can to the connector there. Right? Well, first things first, let's cut this and get it out of the way. So it's gonna be a little snip, snip, snip. There we go. And with that, so we can kind of keep the ends on there, we can see what color went to what. We'll do the same with these. That light's not in a good spot. Then again, it never really is. So now that we got these ends here, we're gonna snip. Snip. Right, we gotta get them old connectors off of there. Snip it one more time. I dropped one of them and I need it. Well, I guess I really don't need it. Yeah, that'll work. I got my ends prepped, right? I got my ones on my light here, connected up nice. So I'm stretching my wire out, right? And I need it to go all the way across. So the game plan is just to hardwire one light, the driver's side light, to the passenger side light, so it'll work off the driver's side light, and then that'll be that. So we're gonna stretch out plenty of wire here, right? We're gonna do it 3 times. There you go, this. So now, hold this, son. Hold them together. Right here. Got it? Sweet. So I want these to be the same length, so I know I have enough wire both times, or all 3 times. Right? And we'll go from there. I mean, all right, one more time, Junior. Hold that, buddy. It ain't got to be exact, because we're going to end up trimming some off once we get what we need to get. That's why we're just kind of going with it. All right, so now I have my 3 strands of wire. Whoa. Dropping them cutters, baby, dropping them. And I'm just going with an 18 gauge wire. That's the same as what comes off the truck. So I'm just kind of go with what you know. All right. So we got the wires. I'm using the back of the truck as a bench. That's where I'm putting all my tools and parts and everything at. So here we go. Now what I want to do is I'm going to strip the 3 strips of wire here, right on one end. And then I'm gonna take and tie them to these 3 down here, and then tie these into it. And then we're gonna run them. I'm gonna find somewhere to run them discreetly over here. And then we're gonna cut this here, and we're gonna wire it in, right? And that's how that's gonna go. This is what we got going on. So I tied them back in, right? And I just added my 3 wires here, right? So son, go turn your headlight on real quick. I'm gonna show y'all that the headlight still works. We don't want it touching that wire. It's gonna get hot like quick. So see, the headlight still works. Now turn it back off. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna set this camera down. We're gonna run these wires through the front of the truck here, somewhere right in here where the headlight goes. And then we're gonna cut this side and tie it in. And then we're gonna get both headlights working. I'm gonna show you how I tested this. Now you see that there's a light green and white wire and a dark green and white wire. The dark green and white wire that connects to the black lead on the new housing for the headlight, that's gonna be your power wire. Now I'm gonna set this camera down. I'm gonna show you how I figured that out. And then we're gonna get busy running the wire over and tying it into the other side. So I'm gonna show y'all how I tested the wires to find out which one's the power wire. So you're gonna see the light come on right here. Turn your light on, big dog. So here's the 3 wires that I tied into my plug. So this is what we're gonna do. See how the red light came on? So that's power. No red light and no red light. So we know right here, this is the power wire. This one right here. We'll touch it one more time. Red light. So we trace that back to the dark green and white wire, because there's also a light green and white wire. And we know that that's gonna be your power wires, your dark green with white wire. Kill your light, bud. So we're done with the test light. We know that this here is the baby's pappy. And with that also being said, it is plugged into the black wire on my light switch here, or on the housing. So we're gonna follow that lead on the other side. So let me get set up. We'll run the wires across, we'll tie them in, we should be good as gold. So once I get it tied back in, we'll tuck these wires down. I'll zip tie them in. We just kind of ran them off the beaten path here. We'll get them like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this plug off, right? And then we're gonna match wires up to what we got on the other side, so to speak. So I'm gonna go, the black wire is the power wire, which will be white and brown. And then I have a green and white, or a blue and white. And I'm gonna take that with the other green and white that I have. And then my yellow, which was actually I think it was gray and black on the other side. We're gonna go green and black on this side. So we're gonna do this quick. Let me give this camera to my son. Hold this, big dog. All right, so we're gonna do it like this right here. We're just gonna snip these off, just like the other side. Snip, 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 right? Oh, put them down, we need these. So this is probably a 14 gauge wire. So I need a little something on the end there. We're gonna strip it up 3 times. Give yourself enough, right? Because you might need to trim a little bit up to get it in your butt connector. So here we go. This is the first thing I want to do. I'm going to set y'all up. Junior's going to go turn the lights on, and then we're going to touch wires and see what we got, and we'll go from there. So let me set y'all down. Give me a second. I got to find a place. Actually, I think I have one. Let's see if y'all will ride up here. Check that camera angle. I can't see it. All right, I don't know if y'all are in frame or not. Can you see that right here? All right, sweet. My son says we're good, so we're good. Let me get my black wires here. So we know that the black wire on the connector, because these are aftermarket connectors, our light bulb sockets, that's what they are, sockets, is our power. All right, son, go ahead and turn your headlights on. So now we're gonna find the one that lights up the bulb. All right, got the test light now. Turn that thing back on, bud. So this is what we're gonna do. We gotta find our power wire again. Hold on. This one right here. This is the power wire. See, we got power, red light. This is what we're gonna have to do here. Ah, we dropped it. This should be the right one. Nope. Nope. One all the way at the bottom. There it is. All right. So, we're gonna take the black wire here, and we're gonna tie it in. This is just temporary for testing purposes. This is also why I left my battery connected. Had to think about that for a second, guys. Hold on. So we got to find the one right there. So you have to look, right? So if I do that, that's bright. But if I do this, it's dim, right? Now what I'm gonna do, since we're temporary and everything, we're gonna tie that in, and then where'd my other one go? And then we're gonna touch this one, right? Wow, that light is bright. So, that's that. All right, turn them off. I bet that bulb got hot. All right, I want to try one more thing. Right, I want to tie these back together like this. Once again, it's just temporary. It's just to hold us together. Turn them lights back on, buddy. And then we're going to touch this one. See what it does. So either way, it makes the light bright, whichever way I hook them up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna match them up accordingly to the other side, and then we're gonna go with it. Like I stated, man, we ran the wires through here. I'm gonna tuck them down and zip tie them. And look, you just wanna tie them straight in, right? I've completely cut them from the truck. Now your lamp out light's gonna stay on, which it is what it is, but your headlight will come on. Turn them on like that every time, man. You see that? Both lights. So turn them off, turn them on every time, man. So we're gonna finish wrapping this up. I just wanted to go through this with y'all. Now the lights may glitch. Turn them on, right? And if they don't come on, man, just off and on, it'll finally catch, man. Okay, man, so we got it buttoned up, dude. I want to give you this last shot. So I want to show you what we got. This is what you need if you're going to do it my way. You need a test light to find your power wire, screwdriver for your air cleaner, 3/8 ratchet, 10 millimeter with a 6-inch extension, wire cutters and strippers, butt connectors. I used the grease gun. I just used a little bit of grease on the O-ring for the headlight, because it was fighting me getting back in that socket. So I'm gonna have Junior fire it up, turn the headlights on, and then we're gonna wrap it up for sure, man. So here we go, last shot. You see how the headlights, did you see how the headlights did that? So that's just the PCM tricking it. So you just flip them off and on a couple of times and they'll come on. Start it up. See? Just like that. Turn them off. Turn them on. See? So it might glitch on you. I mean, you're just tricking the truck to show that both lights are on. Now the lamp out light will stay on, which is not a big deal. If the inspection place sees it, they'll see the headlights are on, the brake lights are on, and then that'll be that. So, with all that, you keep living the dream, doing your thing. If you want to fix your front control module, your low beam left, right, not left, right headlight, wired straight to the other side, and that's what's up. So, we're rolling out.